coffee, looking to patch some stuff. Haven't done this in a little bit, so bear with me. Lost my tripod, so my camera is in a little different of a spot. You may not be able to tell, but you know, when you're working on something, you get anal about all the minutia. So that's where I'm at right now. So to relieve that stress, I'm going to do a patch right now. So recently, when I was working, on the synth, I found a really interesting way to patch the staircase the staircase right here with these two quad mixers. And so I just want to give that a whirl again to see if I could remember it. Essentially, from what I remember, it created a really interesting shape forming type of idea, not so much of like anything very linear. It was more jagged, and it looked really, I felt a little more expressive, and I thought that'd be fun to share. So let's see if we can actually get this going. So we're going to just take, let's do a square out of this prismatic array and go into a source, and don't mind me, I'm just a chatty Cathy. So we're going to actually take the divide by 4 and go into number 4 of this quad mixer. And then we're going to do the divide by 1 and go into this quad mixer right here. So now we're just going to do the pure outs. We're just going to bypass the color space mapper this time, which is unusual for me, but not that unusual. So let's just do this mix to the red, and then we'll do this other mix to the blue. Okay, nothing too fancy right now. You can see how if I control this knob right here, it's controlling that aspect of the staircase, and this is the other. So all that's controlling again is the divide by 4 on this one right here, and then the divide by 1 on here. And so you have attenuation. So, from what I remember, let's try to modulate the frequency and see what we can get. Hopefully I can remember this. I was doing it the other day. But, so, we have something like that. Then let's take the phase, or take this prismatic array and go into the phase. Let's see if we can get this going. Okay, sort of. You can see what I'm getting at, though. See this little, yeah. When you start to mess with the pedestal of this prismatic array, which is going into the phase right here, the phase of the staircase, you can see you can get this really unique condensed type of pattern. And obviously, if you increase the waveform, you can get some more density, or if you want only a few lines, you can do that too. So obviously this triple video LFO over here is controlling this kind of like one section of it, which is, let's see if I can get it. Well, that's silly of me. Obviously you can't delineate the two unless it was at divisions, but you can see where even just attenuating, you can get some, this solid red and black is really cool. And then even in between, you can get kind of these awesome hues. So we're going to actually take another triple video LFO, or one of the LFOs from that, and modulate the frequency. Let's see. Hopefully it's just not that scratchy. I'd appreciate that. Well, nah, that's not what it was. So we're going to go back to the frequency there. I guess I'm going to take this triple video LFO and go to the frequency of this synth. Nope, or oscillator. I do this a lot. Frequency, I feel like I'm missing a step here. I think what it might be is the ramps. So let's put a ramp into each of these quad mixers. Let's do on the top one. And then, so what that one was negative below, positive up top from the ramps. And then we're actually going to take, and that was horizontal, we're going to take the vertical left and negative and vertical right positive into this other one. And let's see if we can get anything fairly interesting here. I mean, this is pretty interesting, but I'm a step away. I can just feel it. Um, let's try the divided by 2 to modulate the multiply of this prismatic ray. Okay, here we go. So now there's a little bit of like feedback going on, but I feel like it's still pretty close. Yeah, so using the divide by 2 to go back into the prismatic ray multiply of the ray that is modulating the phase, you can get some unique stuff right here. So let's start to mess with it a little more. Let's see what we can do here. Maybe it was I have to drop it horizontal. No. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing some pivotal step here, and I don't know what it is. So let's just go wild at this point because, you kind of have a decent basis of, you know, having the two outputs of the staircase, which I can modulate. Let's just really heavily modulate this and see what happens. Well, let's obviously allow it to happen. So we're going to do this frequency first and slow this down a little bit. Let's see here. Oh. Yeah, okay. Get some interesting levels. So now let's modulate actually the pedestal with another LFO. Let's switch that to vertical. I like horizontal, but it depends. I like it more as like a shaping idea. Okay, so that's pretty cool. See, that's pretty interesting right there. The layers having the little like pyramid triangles and then scrolling on top of them. So here you can definitely see where you can get some really interesting depth, and you can get some real extendability here too. You have these vertical scrolling lines, and then you can come in with these little diamond triangle things. Are they diamond triangles? Are they all triangles? Is everything a triangle? Maybe. So then let's play with this prismatic ray right here and see what we can do. So this is actually a really, even though I'm not achieving exactly what I was setting out to achieve, you can see the flexibility here of what you can do with these synths. And also, yeah, sorry about that, I have to move that a little bit so you can see it all in view. Also, being mentally flexible with this medium is very important, I feel. Granted, I'm just one silly human. I mean, my opinion is just a random thing, but random advice from using the synth for a while is the flexibility of mind to just keep going with it is really important, and you'll find some of the most important, or I guess you could say impactful designs by really putting yourself on a limb. Obviously, it takes a fair amount of letting go, but it's very possible, and yeah, you can see my foot right there. So let's take another one of these ramps. We're going to do center negative, and it's like 75% negative, and then or 50% negative, 25 up top, positive, 25 up top, or positive as well, and we're going to put that into one of these prismatic rays, and you see me fumbling. So let's see what we can do here. That's pretty good, but I kind of like that a little more, but I still want to maybe put that into one of these mixers too. So now, okay, so we just tried the left one. Let's try the right one. Okay, so we're going to go back. We're going to put it in this mixer, channel 2. We're going to attenuate it. So you get this cool little shape right here. So let's slow this down. Let's even change some of these. Yep, that's pretty nice. That's pretty cool. I'm even just going to pop out. I'm going to take out the red and put it to green. I'm going to take out the blue and put that to red. There, that's what we're talking about now. Okay, so now okay, we achieved something pretty interesting right now. So as you can see on the left side of the screen, you have a really cool column with the black in the background with the green and yellow. And you can see how each column slightly shifts. And that's a really cool not idea, but technique you can use with ramps, especially with these mixers, to provide a better sense of depth in the composition. And you just see right here, this mixer right here, I just took down channel 1. You can see how much more depth came out of it. And you can see where maybe if let's get a stackable, even though I'm slowly moving away from them, mainly because of the noise, but I still love them. You know, there's something about it. So we're going to take this other LFO, and what we're talking about now is right here, this little depth right here. We could even just put the LFO into channel 2, and you can see right there how much it can essentially impact the patch. Let's just go into channel 1, 2 with the stackable, just for the sense of messing with it, and slow it down, and you can see now you're getting these, since you have one layer going down, and I'm going to try to slow down this other layer, which is the red layer. The first layer we're talking about is a yellow layer. And now the second layer, this red layer right there, yes, slow it down. So now this is some really nice movement, and now by using the staircase you can control a lot of the action. And so in a way you can see how the staircase is a very, very, very powerful module. I would highly suggest in any case. But also the use of mixers is extremely important. And so just to quickly recap, originally I was trying to achieve an idea that I got to a week or so ago, which was using the staircase with the mixers, but that initial idea kind of went sideways. So what we did instead was, let's just start from the beginning. We should go from the prismatic ray right here into the staircase. We take the divided by 4 and go into channel 4 of this mixer right here. Then we take the divided by 1 and go into channel 4 of this mixer. So I have two right here, two different brown shoes only quad mixers. And those outputs are just going to the cadet RGB encoder. I switched it previously from blue and red and just flipped it around, but that's kind of trivial depending on your color scope. But let's continue. So we're taking this other prismatic ray right here, and we're using that to modulate the phase of the VC right here. Oh great, stop freaking out. Thank you, camera. The phase VC of the staircase. So prismatic ray right here to the VC of the staircase here. Then we're taking this triple video LFO and we're modulating the frequency of the staircase right here. So we have two unique points of modulation. Just to add to it, we're taking another channel of the triple video LFO and modulating the first prismatic ray, or the modulation prismatic ray, which is modulating the phase of the staircase. Finally, we're using 3 different ramps. Granted, it's going to be a little different on the Cortex, but in principle, it's similar idea. So we're taking the one right here, so we're going from, this is a positive 50 up top, or it's horizontal, 50 up top, negative 50, or negative on bottom. That's going into this quad mixer right here, the first one, and channel 1. And so when I move that, you'll see what I mean. So I'm able to control its depth in the vertical field. And then we took, how am I we? Maybe I'm 4 people at once, maybe. We take the vertical left negative, right positive, and we're going from that into the brown shoes only mixer, the second mixer, channel 1. And you can kind of see it. It's the yellow lines primarily that it's messing with. And so that's creating a little more sharpness. You can see a little more jagged depth. And see, even right there, it's going from the jagged depth to this little diamond shape. Then finally, we're taking this horizontal, negative in the middle, positive up top and bottom, and going into channel 3, or channel 2 of the brown shoes only mixer on the left. So there's the left one and the right one on the left, and you can see where that paired with the two ramps, if I turn them both down, you can see the huge change in color definition. And then if I turn them all the way up, you can see now you have a little more control of your composition. And this is where you could use different LFOs to control it. And that example right here is with this yellow one on channel 3 of this brown choose only LFO. When I turn that back up, so it has a ramp in there too, which I just briefly described, and you can see where that provides a unique layer on top of the black layer, which also is really the red layer. It's just when it goes over it with the yellow, you can see that. And at that point, you have a really unique composition. Thank you for bearing with me for this one. My camera tripod is missing and I have to readjust everything, so I appreciate the patience, but yeah, look at that. That is nice right there. That is real nice. It looks like some type of leaf, at least to me, like some type of leaf. Maybe I can leaf. There you go. So something like that. Or it looks like falling buckets from like a Yahtzee game or something like that. I don't know. Something really random. But yeah, so thank you for bearing with me, and thank you for watching.